we just have a reoccurring policy on this podcast that we just don't tolerate stupid.
There's so much.
And we don't
though.
tolerate crazy.
There's so much of it.
There's so much crazy. You feel like you're the only sane person on the planet.
Sometimes.
And you realize that the people who are doing all of these stupid things they make up like less than 1%.
Yes. Yeah.
But they're the ones who get the most press. And the rest of us are going to work at our jobs and living our lives and coming home and cooking and grilling out and drinking beer and, going to church and all that stuff. So we thought that transgenderism, gender dysphoria, we thought that was going to be it. Thought maybe we had gotten as crazy as we could possibly get mutilating small children.
Mm-hmm.
And doing it without the parents' consent.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have a group of people called Transabled.
What?
This trans does scare me.
This trans scares the crap out of me, even more so than the other trans, which I thought had scared me beyond comprehension. Now we've gotten to the point where this is crazy.
Does this want to make us transphobic?
Ableism.
Transableism is it's called a disorder. I can't remember the exact name. It's BIID, body identity something disorder.
Wow. Okay.
And people are wanting to identify. They're now identifying as handicapped. So you can see a person who is in a wheelchair and is being rolled around in a wheelchair. And, what happened to you? Oh, nothing. I just choose to identify as a handicapped person.
Mm-hmm.
But they can still walk.
And you have to accept it.
Yeah, you got to call them handicapped.
So I can't push them out of the wheelchair and say walk. Is that
It's a miracle of Jesus.
Is that transable-phobic?
Yeah. It makes you
Wow.
transphobic.
You're transable-phobic if you walk up to somebody and say, you're nuts for believing this.
I would be transable-phobic
But
then.
there's a
Just
story that
label it
everybody
now.
has talked about of the woman who identified as being disabled or wanted to identify as being disabled and poured cleaner. What's that cleaner?
Like Drano?
Like Drano. Right, sink cleaner. I can't think of the name
one
of it
with
right now.
The one that blinded herself.
She blinded herself. Clorox.
In her
poured it
eyes?
into her eyes and blinded herself.
So she could be blind.
So she could be blind.
Why would she want to be blind?
She wanted to identify as blind.
Sympathy?
But I don't understand. I don't. You know how many blind people would love to see?
Yeah.
She's an idiot.
She is an idiot.
I mean, I don't. That's just.
And there are people who are riding around in wheelchairs who are perfectly healthy and perfectly okay to get up and walk and do whatever they're supposed to be doing. And now they're actually getting benefits.
So let me
They get disabled
straight.
benefits, dude.
Let me get this straight. So she wasn't blind. She makes herself blind.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So are there people that are transabled that are like can still see but pretend to be blind, or are they actually
Yes,
like?
I would assume so. Yes.
Okay.
Hasn't it been taken to the extreme where?
People have severed their own limbs.
Yeah. But I thought maybe you mentioned or somebody mentioned
Wow.
at some point that it's soon to be doctor assisted.
Oh, we were talking about that. Here's what's going to happen. 10 years ago, nobody would ever thought about
a doctor doing harm.
gender mutilation of children.
Yeah.
Nobody would ever even think. Cutting off a 3-year-old's wee. Nobody
Yeah.
would ever do that. You'd be a monster.
Absolutely. Still.
So what
are.
happened
Sorry.
was it switched from it being a dysphoria to we are affirming this person now.
Mm-hmm.
So now that procedure became okay. Plus, it's big money, and hospitals will sell their soul to Satan for
Absolutely,
money.
they would.
So now what's going to happen is this slowly, I kid you not, this is slowly moving from it's a dysphoria to now we're going to affirm these people.
Mm-hmm.
And doctors, I predict it right now, doctors are going to get to the point to where they're going to start cutting the limbs off of people and snipping the spinal cords of people to make them paralyzed because it is affirming them.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't that against the oath that they
The
take?
Hippocratic Oath is to do no harm.
Yes.
But it's not harm.
But you're doing harm.
I'm actually building you up, Mike.
You're doing physical.
I'm building you up.
You're doing physical harm.
We're helping you be what you want to be.
I'm affirming you. I'm building you up. I'm helping you become what you want to be in your life because that's the only thing that freaking matters anymore.
We have to. You know what they should do? Just slap the crap out of them.
I know.
Slap some sense into them. Be like, don't be an idiot.
Right.
But it's not that far off. We just read last week in Switzerland where they're having physician-assisted suicides for children age 4 to 12. How's that? It's barely different.
You're
You're having a
Now,
doctor.
are these healthy kids? I mean, any kid that wants to come in there and wants to kill
4
himself, the doctor is doing it.
4 to 12.
Well, it's now legal to do that. Whether the doctors are going to do it, who knows? But
4 to
it is
12.
now acceptable for a child 4 to 12 to make that decision,
Oh my gosh!
and a doctor assist with
I
it.
can't even
I
fathom.
but we won't say anything because we're afraid of being called a name.
Well, I'll say something.
Yeah, I think it's crazy.
You people are all idiots.
I think it's freaking crazy, and I'm so tired of just being told by people
That
I
is
have
stupid.
to tolerate crazy.
that is stupid. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
some
a perfectly
guy
healthy person
goes
wants-
into a woman's bathroom, drops his pants, his hairy ass is standing there, and it's just like, I'm gonna take a leak. I've got a granddaughter now.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this before. She goes into a bathroom, like when she's older, she goes into the bathroom, a dude follows her in, I'm following him in.
I'm telling you
He's
right
not
now.
coming
And he's
out.
not coming out.
Back when all that first,
He's not coming out.
Back when all that first got started, I remember.
Is that
when-
transphobic? You 100%. You
I
damn
remember,
right
yeah.
it's transphobic.
I remember when all that started, and I was at Target because Target was one of the big.
Oh, I remember that. Yep.
Yeah, they're letting men in the women's restroom and all that stuff.
Well,
And
Target's
when-
had the family restroom
Yeah.
even before this
Well,
started.
when
yeah.
my wife and daughter went in there, I stood right there at the door. And if I watch a man walk in there,
Yeah,
I
it'd be
will
like,
beat
you're not
the
going in.
tar out of him.
Right.
I'm sorry. I don't care.
Right.
It's about my family safety at that point.
Because you're dealing with crazy people here.
This is just a.
And we've gotten to the point to where we don't want to make the crazy people what? More crazy?
Is it crazy or is it evil?
It's evil.
I mean, it's just
100%
it's evil
evil.
now. Like it's going beyond crazy. These people, most of these
Yeah.
people know what they're doing.
We've lessened evil now to just crazy. And everybody's like tolerating crazy. But like I always say, evil is never sated. It always
No.
just gets crazier and crazier and crazier.
Well, you thought it was crazy a dude wanting to be a woman. Well, now perfectly healthy people want to be
Yeah,
unhealthy.
you're mutilating small children. You're changing the sex of children who don't even know what they're doing. You're forcing it upon them. You're not allowing them to figure out who they want to be. You're making them what you want them to be.
Well, now on YouTube, and I've some of my people I watch on YouTube, you can't even say the word for people that like to touch small children anymore.
Mm-hmm.
If you say the P word,
Oh yeah, YouTube.
if you say it, you're in trouble. You've got to call them what is it? I can't remember. Like young attracted people or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it is disgusting. That
And
I'm
that-
sorry,
and
that
that
is
is-
disgusting.
That's crazy. One of the Christian reactors, commentators I watched, wouldn't even say the word Matt Walsh the other day. He kept saying Matt Walshay, and he goes, "Yes, believe it or not, I have to filter that word."
what? Why?
He kept saying Walshay, and when he would say something like the P word, he would fast forward his audio,
Yeah.
so it didn't sound like it.
Yeah.
Like half of his broadcast was messed up because
Yeah.
of how it gets filtered.
Yeah, because I gets filtered.
Well, I'm sure we're going to get hammered for this. We've been hammered in many of our podcasts because
Yeah.
of the things that we talk about and the things that,
But this
that
is
I
just,
say.
this
But,
is
you know,
stupid. I'm sorry. If you are a perfectly healthy person that does not want to be healthy, so you can be disabled, you're an idiot.
Yeah. And
Sorry.
And understand, if
Just
you're
go
the
put it
one
out
person
there.
who watches this video, you actually got through. Because
there's
YouTube is not going to promote
There's
this
a
video.
ton of disabled people that wish they weren't disabled.
We need to go to Rumble. I keep telling you guys we need to go to Rumble. Why do you
sent-
not want to go to Rumble?
I sent you a link this week. Did you send it?
I
to
know.
me?
You have to have the video. I have to have the.
Would
the,
our
the
4
physical
subscribers watch
video.
us on Rumble? I bet they would.
4? We have 181.
Holy cow, we're moving
Oh,
up
my
in the
gosh.
world.
We go up every day
Watch
right
out. Watch
we
out.
have more subscribers than we do actual views.
now. Right now, we're getting a couple hundred views a week.
There you go. It's not bad.
So we need
better than
to.
last
These people are stupid.
Considering what we talk about,
Yeah, that's true.
I'm shocked we even get that
That's true.
because the hammer has come down on us numerous times.
YouTube has buried our
Yeah.
stuff.
Facebook, I'm on their wall of shame at their corporate
Oh, you
office.
can't even. Every time you post
There's
and
a
it goes
warning.
down, I don't know if you just took it down out of shame or if Facebook is,
Your conviction?
yeah, a conviction. Yeah, that's a better.
Or
word.
I do that. I do that a lot.
Because
But
like Lee Brown is posting, I get on there and it's like
It's blank
there's
page.
nothing here. Is he banned again?
I just wonder. Well, you know what? I don't wonder. I was going to say I wonder if doctors will go ahead and go through with this.
They will.
They will 100%.
No, the wonder is
Money, money, money.
the wonder is what's next because we keep coming up with these things that we think are unbelievable.
I think there's
I'm
things
telling
out there
you-
on the horizon we have no comprehension of. That's,
But years ago, we kept talking about how
we did.
this stuff is going to become normal.
Yep.
And everybody's like, "Oh, there's no way. There's no way this trans thing will go through, or this, or the pet, or I can't say it.
You can't
Sorry,
say
the
it.
young attracted whatever it's called.
You're just talking
There's-
about pedicures.
Yeah, there's no
the
way.
pineapples. We'll call them the pineapples.
The pineapple people. There's no way that'll ever be okay. No one will ever think that's. There's lots of people thinking it's okay now.
Yeah.
We are just championing mental illness now.
Yeah, that's
instead
exactly
of
what
calling
we're
it
doing.
out.
We're promoting
instead of
mental
treating it.
illness.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not doing it. I have drawn a line in the sand. This is the hill I'm going to die on. I'm not going to promote this stuff. I understand people deal with things, and I'm sympathetic with people who deal with stuff, but who have genuine struggles with things.
Yes.
But when you're just like, I'm going to be crazy, and you have to support it, I'm like, nope,
that's where. Nope.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you you're crazy. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to do this because I supposedly love you, or I'm supposed to at least. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I get frustrated because it's just like I'm taking crazy pills. I just feel like Will Ferrell in
I'm
Zoolander.
taking crazy pills.
Zoolander reference.
I need to get off this because if I don't, I'm going to say something really, really, really bad.
And then we'll really get banned.
Yeah, even more so.